Assalamu alaikum. Can you all hear me? No, okay, sorry about this delay. I just had some troubles. Right. This is our session for today, and excuse me, I've got some health issues, so my voice will be slightly low, but I hope you can hear me well. Okay, anyway, let's do a quick revision of the for the midterm examination. Now, the way I'm gonna do the revision is that I'm gonna go over and basically just guide you through the exam style, just to give you an idea how the exam will be, and then we'll try to solve assignment 1 and assignment 2. And as you know, assignment 2's deadline is already passed 2 hours ago, so we'll go over that again as well. Right. So first of all, just let me get the pen ready. Okay. I think your exam is on Sunday, if I'm correct, and now the exam will include everything we discussed from week 1. Although week 1 we didn't do anything, it was orientation week, but we'll say week 1 till week 6. Okay. Therefore, the topic that we discussed this week will not be included. Okay. Now, so basically, all the chapters are. Also, I think during the chapters that, if you remember, we already said that chapter 2, okay, will only be up to slide. I believe it was 80. Okay, so after slide 80 will not be included with you in chapter 2, because it will be discussing, I think, GOI, but we will talk about GOI later in the semester, so don't worry about it just yet. So it will only be up to slide 80, and I think we said that was chapter 2, chapter 3. Will only be up to slide 66. Okay, chapter 3 will be up to slide 66, and obviously chapter 5, which we discussed last week and this week, will only be because I said the exam will only be up to week 6, and chapter 5, as you know, is divided between week 6 and week 7, so we will only consider the first 28 slides. Okay, so chapter 5 will only be up to slide 28. Everything else will be included in the examination. Is this clear? Now also, yes, skip the GOI. Yeah, GOI will not be included with us at this point. It will be included later, but at this point, a GOI is not included. Okay. Also, the exam will be a mixture, I guess, a mixture of MCQs. Okay, a mixture of MCQs, true, false. Okay. It may also contain short answers. Short answers, and don't forget, you may get asked questions from the self-check questions. You may get asked questions from those as well. Also, I think you may have a question that's asking you to find the errors just like you had in your, I think, your first assignment. I think you had code, something like that, and you were asked to find the errors and fix them, maybe fix them as well. Okay, so you may get a question that asks you to find the errors. You'll be given a code with some errors in it. Now you have to be careful. You have to check, read the code carefully, check for the case sensitivity, right? Check for brackets, check for semicolon, check for all these little things. So you've got to read, if you've given a code with some errors, you have to read the code carefully and find the errors, plus you have to fix the errors. And also definitely you will also get some coding. Okay, you'll get coding, meaning that you may be asked to write a full program, maybe, okay? But obviously it will not be very long because you only have 1 hour. Your exam is only 1 hour in length, so you may ask to write a code that will not be very long, or you may be given a code and be asked to generate the output, or both. Okay, so all these possibilities you need to consider. Are these clear so far? Okay. Now let's get pseudocode. You will not get the pseudocode. Maybe, unless maybe the questions normally the exam questions are more difficult than the assignments. Normally, you may get like some simple questions just to help everyone, but generally speaking, that the examination more or less is more difficult than the assignment. Although maybe it's shorter than the assignment. Although your assignment wasn't too long anyway. No, your assignment wasn't too long. So yeah, normally it is more difficult than the assignment. Okay. Right. Now, so referring to the assignment, have there been any questions so far? Okay. Right. So we'll discuss assignment 1. And by the way, I will do my best. Assignment 1. I will do my best to mark all your assignments this week by the weekend. And obviously, I will announce. You will see the results on the blackboard and the grade center once I mark them. So when you go to your exam, you will have an idea of what grades you have taken so far. Okay, so I'll do my best to mark your both assignments by the weekend. Okay. Now, question 1 is it's a simple question, but a very common question. Do you have your assignments in front of you? You should do. I'll give you a minute to find your. I'll give you a minute to prepare to find your assignments. Sorry guys, just had a phone call. Anyway, right, so we'll, I'm sure you all opened the assignment one by now, so we'll have a look at the assignment one. By the way, I have some maybe bad news for you. Maybe it's a good news actually, not bad news. I am thinking to, give you a quiz maybe on Saturday, okay? It's a necessity quiz that will maybe carry a 1.5 mark. And the reason for this quiz is that it's part of revision as well. So it will include the midterm material, okay? So I assume you're all studying by now. So by Saturday, you should all be good at it, good at the topic. So I will send you an announcement later. Yes, it will be online. Yes, it will be online on a blackboard, right? I will send you an announcement. Just let me set. I will set the quiz for you. I will set the quiz and then send you an announcement regarding the quiz and the timing and so forth. And most probably it will be on Saturday. Yes, it will have yes, في علامة. It will be assessed. It will have 1.5 mark. Okay, it will have 1.5 mark. So basically, now what's going to happen? I'm thinking now your assignments will be 4, 6, 6, 6. So the first assignment carry 4 marks. Then 6, 6, 6. How much is that? That's 18. That's 22, right? 22, right? And then I'll give you a quiz before the midterm, so Saturday, based on your revision. That will carry 1.5 mark, and after the midterm, before the final exam, I'll give you another quiz that's 1.5. Okay, so that will be 25, right? So yeah, this was going to happen. So on Saturday, you will be asked to do a quiz. I will send you an announcement within these 2 days. I will send the quiz. So it will be good for you. I know it's bad news that you have to do it, and it's worth 4.5 marks. But also on the good side, positive side, that it's part of your revision, because you will have to revise. Your exam is on Sunday, so I will give it to you the day before your exam, so it's part of your revision. Okay, right. So, but I will send you confirmation by announcement later. Anyway. So question one, the obvious question. Now, what's the difference between a compiler time error and a runtime error? And we talked about this many times, and it's a very likely question in the examination. It will crop up. I'm not sure yet right now. I'll send the announcement, but I will send you a quiz. Okay? It will not be too long anyway. So, but it's good that it will contain the midterm material, so it's good for you in this aspect. Okay. Now, we said what's the difference between compile time error and runtime error. Compile time error, it's a problem that will prevent the code from running. Okay, it's a problem that it will prevent your program from running, and we call it also a syntax error, right? For example. If you, for example, okay, I'll give you an example here. Are you with me, guys? Are you all following me? Are you all with me? Okay, good. Right. I'll give you an example of a syntax time error or a compile time error. For example, you write system with the capital S, system dot out dot print line. Now this is a syntax error or a compile time error. Why? We are missing something with a syntax here. Out should be written like this. Okay, so this will cause the program it will prevent the program from running. The program will show you an error that is a problem. Okay. Now the runtime error, it's not going to cause, it will make the program will still run, your program will still run, but you will have inaccurate results. Okay, you have like you will have your results will not be as correct, right? For example, if you divide by a 0, so this is this will cause mathematical problem. Okay, dividing by 0. So it will cause your program will run, but it will show you all various weird answers that will not give you the correct result. Okay? Right. So this is the difference between the compiler error and runtime error. And it's an obvious question. It will crop up, maybe you'll find it in the examination paper, maybe. Okay. Question 2. Question 2 is asking to find the problem with the following. Int kilometer divided by hours, okay, equals 120, and you have your semicolon. Now, what's the problem with this line? Yes, it's a slash. You can't have a slash, you can't have a symbol like this in a variable. Okay? You can't have a symbol like this in the variable. It will not work. Okay? The other one, string, the new car, string new car equals GMC. Okay. Now again, I think this is very easy. What's the problem with this? Yeah, exactly. You're missing the double quotation. Okay. Since it is string, you need to have double quotation on that. Now this one, int double equals $50. What's wrong with this? Yeah, exactly. Either you need to make this string, okay, or remove the quotation marks, okay. So either this or that. This one, string, the new car equals GMC. What's wrong with this one? Yes, easy. Missing the semicolon. Okay. Always with variable divisions, you need to have your semicolon and after statements as well. Next one. Int x equals 5, y equals x. What's wrong with this one? Yes, of course, we can't have a double quotation because we're talking about integer. X is an integer. Okay, so we can't have the double quotation. Next one, string new car equals GMC. What's wrong with this one? Yes, is the space here. We can't have, as we said before, we can't have spaces in variable declaration. Any kind of variable or any method name or any class name, we cannot have spaces, and we said we always have to write it like, for example, like this new curve. And normally the comment says, although that's silent, you can see there's a capital N and a small c. Theoretically, it should be like this. Okay, it should be small n new curve. But again, this is not the problem. The problem still works. But I mean, as a common practice. Similarly with the class names, we begin with capital, or you can join them by underscore. It will still work if you join them by underscore. So all these possibilities. Now, question 3 is asking you. Question 3 is asking you to produce the output is asking you to produce an output which is like also you're likely you may get in an exam in the middle final. You may get asked to produce an output out of a piece of code, and the output that you can see the question in front of you. So I'm just going to be so I'm just going to go through the output. So the output will print something like this. The first line, I think it will have maybe 3 lines. So the first line is will print GNC. Okay, all one word. Okay. The next line will print the number of characters the number of characters in new card is is 3, and there is no space because we did not put space in the actual program, so there is no space. Straight away is 3. And the last line will print welcome to space. Then you'll have a colon, again space GFC. Okay, so I think it's simple. Now question 4. What are the instance variables? Very simple. They are all there. The instance variable. Yeah, of course, X and Y. Why? Because they're both private. We can see them inside the class, identify my parts, and they are both private, so we know they are the instance variable. Okay, they were all to ask question. I think someone raised a hand. Okay, right. That was for part A. Part B will ask you to produce the output. And the key, again, if you remember, I told you that in the class, always follow the code. Okay, always follow line by line. See what's asking you. Now, that's right, Mahmoud. It is a compiler error you will get. Okay, so if you follow it step by step, you will find that there is a problem, right? And the reason, now if you notice, this code is clearly in the another class. How do we know this is another class? How do you know this code is another class? No, not because of the brackets. By looking at this code, although this code doesn't say like a class or anything. Okay, I'm talking about part B. In part B, there's nothing saying that this is a class. How do you know that this is another class, not the first class? Yes, well done, well done. By creating an object. Now you can see we are calling the identify my parts. Okay, so it is calling an object. Okay, so it's creating an object. So so this is so we know this is another class. Now, as Mahmoud said, we have a compiler error. And why is that? Why do we have a compiler error? Well done. Because X and Y are private. Okay. Now in this class, the class called X and Y. Now this class cannot see X and Y. Okay. This class will not be able to see X and Y because X and Y are private. So the program will give you a compiler time error to say to you, I don't understand. There is no X and Y because it can't see X and Y. They are private. Okay. So well done. I hope some students that they really show that I think they will get good marks in their assignment, so that's good news. Hopefully. Again, question 5 is also asking to generate the output. Also asking to generate the output. Now, part A was the output. Well done, 16 and 26. Okay, again, just follow it step by step. You'll find that you have the 1 is 6 and 2 is 10, and then we added both numbers and we printed them. Okay, so you will have answer 16 and 26. And if you notice this, the two equations, now 1 equals 1 plus 2, then 2 equals 1 plus 2. Now we change the value of the 1. The 1 used to be 6. And then when we added up, we said the 1 equals 1 plus 2, we updated the value of the 1. So the 1 now is 16. When it came to the next equation, we said the 2 equals now 16 plus 10. Okay, so yes, we become 16. So now we updated the result, and like we did in some examples in the classes. Question B. Okay, the program will print should print the value of X, and the value of X will be yes, actually you're right. Yes, it's supposed to be 2. Okay. Now I think this question wasn't very clear. Just let me check. Yeah, this question wasn't very clear. It's theoretically it's two. Mathematical equation, but maybe I think who said Asil said there is no statement to print X. That's right. Okay. And by the way, yeah, well done. Well spotted. See in the comments. If you notice, C is the comment. Okay, so you can you're only dividing 20 by 10. Okay. C here is a comment. So well spotted. But I think it's confusing because it's not asking you to print X, although X is 2. But there's no, so I think if the assignment ever wrote 2, I'll mark it correct. And whoever said, like Asil said, that there's no print statement, I will also consider this as true. Because, again, I think the question is confusing. Although the question meant to ask you to print X. Okay? But never mind. So whoever wrote, there's no print statement, I will accept it. And whoever wrote 2, I will also accept it because the idea was to have X 2. Question 6. Now it's asking you to write a Java program. Okay. See, the people who do the assignments, it will be good for them because they will get a taste of the exam. Although you know there's no multiple choice in the assignments, or there's no true false, but it will give you. It's a good revision for you. Okay. It's a good revision. See, like many people, or the students who do the assignments, they tend to understand well. Now, so you get like questions that you have to generate output, or you have some specifications, and you ask the code according to the specifications. Okay, so they're all, I think, good practice for you. Now, the question 6 actually says a Java program to perform the following: identify the radius, the contour of the circle. Okay, and they'll give you the radius 3. Then calculate the circumference, which is the محيط, as area the circumference circumference المحيط والarea المساحة of the circle. So you have to calculate المحيط المساحة, and eventually print the result. Show the result. Now this is a very simple code, and it's short code. So you could say something like public class circle. Public class circle, public static void, main string as. This is our main. Okay, and then we do the business here. And now we're going to define our radius, and we can call it a double because it can be, we can call integer because 3, but also it's a double because radius can be decimal. But if you're in this specific example, if you write it as double, is fine. And if you write it as integer, it's also acceptable. Right? Now we all know the equation for the area, and now it's 5 times radius times 5 times radius square. بالرياضيات مساحة الدائرة ايش هي؟ مساحة الدائرة الباي نسبة ثابتة ضرب الراديوس سميها ار سكوير. صحيح؟ هذه مساحة الدائرة. محيط الدائرة هو 2 باي. بالرياضيات 2 باي ضرب الراديوس. اوكي. هذه المعادلة. So we'll have to define them in our program. So we'll have double. This has to be double because it can be decimal. Double 5 equals 3.14. Okay, this is a parameter. Now double area, write our equation. Double area equals 5 times, this is I, 5 times radius. And if you remember from our classes, we said we can't have squares, right? So we learned how to write the math of 4. But because it's squared, I think it's just easy to turn the gear by radius. Okay, I think it's going to be easy to turn the gear by radius. Okay, and then you can write double circumference. We call it circumference equals 2 times 5 times and times radius. Okay. Then obviously you're going to have to write your system without print line. So write it just in a short system without print line. In the exam you have to write it all. And then you can say area. Okay. So for example, if you want to a colon, right? A space for the answer plus area. Plus area. So now it will print the area for you, right? And then you can do the same. So you write system that out of print line circumference. You can write it in full. Okay, plus the value of the circumference. Okay, so this is the answer to this question. Now the time answer is done, and so what I will do, I will write the solution for assignment 2 and publish that for you online. Okay, so I will send you I will publish both assignments. So both answers, I will publish them for you on Blackboard, and I will announce that to you. So you'll see the answers for both assignments. I will write the answers hopefully before Friday or by the weekend before your examination. And there will be a quiz for you on Saturday to do. I will announce that for you as well. Okay? Just let me. What do you mean? كيف نشوف المتصل؟ Just going to take the register as well. يعني انت شغل متصل ما ادري اذا في قصدك، بس يعني قصدك اذا هذا قصدك متصل فانك تترك مسافه. اذا هذا متصل يعني بلس اريا يجوز، بلس اريا يعتمد على الحاله يعني يجوز، بس انت بالعاده تخلي شغلك واضح يعني تكتب يعني بشكل غير متصل. اوكي، يعني قصدي بشكل منفصل تكتب هذا اعتقد بحدود سؤالك. Okay. Just let me check the register. I've got the register. I think no, that's week 6 and all of that. Can't save. Second, I'll do week 6. Okay. Yes, sir.
السلام عليكم دكتور. دكتور بس هذيك عندي سؤال بالنسبة لللايبراري حقت ماث، إذا كتبتها في الاختبار هل أعمل لها امبورت ولا لا؟ بدون امبورت؟
لا بدون امبورت. اوكي مثل هي بالضبط زيها زي السيستم دوت اوت برنت لاين. لو السيستم دوت اوت برنت لاين also موجود للاري بس you don't import it. هاي من الديفولت تاع الجافا.
هل الورقة؟
نعم built in بالضبط. So you don't have to import it. Okay إن شاء الله. Okay شكرا. Okay guys now whoever wants to leave you can leave. انتهى الوقت. وإن شاء الله good luck في الامتحان. اللي عنده أي سؤال يقدر يبعث لي إيميل. يعطيكم العافية.